Hey everyone, I'm back. We're gonna try this again. We're running it back. And I'm gonna wait for everyone to join. You're in here. Let me see if it'll let you join. That's so. It still says that she's unable to join, which is so annoying. That when you go live with someone, what did you have? Yeah, were you able to request to go on live? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna sneeze. When you came in, did it say request? Okay. Hopefully it lets you come in.
Hi.
Hi, I don't know why it wouldn't let me put you
I,
in.
I think it's my computer. I was on my computer, and so I think it won't let you live from your computer.
Yeah, because it won't let you split a screen.
Right.
Well, okay, everyone. Welcome our guest, Kristina Nelson. If you missed the intro, she is a former Notre Dame women's basketball player. Now she's working with graphics design and recruiting at the University of Minnesota. I'm going to ask questions in the question box. Y'all are too much for me. Green, this sounds like a problem that we both were not prepared for. Okay.
I'm new to all this. I've never done this before, so
Ew, you're a
it's my
rookie.
first time. Yeah.
Graphic design, everything that you do with technology.
I know. You would think I'd know how to do it, right?
Yeah. But while we'll just get straight into it. At Notre Dame, your senior or your fifth year, played in 37 out of 38 games. You were on a roll, led your team in shooting percentage, and you're a national champion, which I just want to say congratulations, because I'll never be
Thank
able to
you.
say that. But you beat my Ducks to get there, so it's like
You
I'm
did.
not that happy, but I'm so happy that you get to be a national champion. So now that you're at Minnesota, what exactly does your job entail?
So my job is like a little bit of everything, but I'm mainly work on graphics for most of the day, and then when recruits come on campus is kind of when I get to dabble into the recruiting aspect of my title. I get to do a lot of like talking with the recruits. I help out with the photo shoots that they have when they come on campus, which is like the best part of a recruit's trip. And then basically just that. And then I help out on game days when obviously we have a lot of people that come up on game days. So just when the recruits come up for game day and helping set up official visits and what we're going to eat. And it's a lot that goes into planning all of that. So just helping out whenever I can.
And you majored in digital design. So how much
hmm
does your degree transfer over to what you're doing?
So it's actually interesting because my degree really didn't prepare me for the athletic side of things, but it more prepared me for the I guess like the corporate world.
Mhm.
And so I really did a lot of like bookmaking and like logo design kind of things when I was in college. And then I didn't really learn how to do like the cool edits that we do for the recruits and everything else like that. But my job now, it's actually an internship, and I've learned so much since I've been there. I've actually been there almost a year coming up, which is pretty exciting. But I've
Yeah.
learned so much since I've been there, and just trying to figure out how to connect graphics with what the recruits want to see, something cool and kind of spunky for them.
Do you do your graphics depend on the recruit or are they?
Yeah, yes and no. I think it just depends on the project. So,
Mm.
like, my project for this week is a social media page that it's going to go out to all the recruits that has each coach's Twitter handle on it. And so that's kind of just like a basic kind of one. But then we've also had themes where a coach will come to us and say, hey, this kid likes the Dallas Cowboys. And so we then have to kind of go into it, and we do a lot of stalking, I guess, on
Yeah.
social media just to see what the kids like and what they're interested in so that we can reach them in a graphic aspect.
And during a time like this, COVID going on and football season still in the air, what does it look like for you?
So right now I'm actually home. I'm back in Georgia with my family, and I've been here for I think about a month and a half.
Mm.
And so, I mean, everything's up in the air. We don't know when we're going to get to go back, but luckily for me, my job is digital and
Yeah.
it's all on the computer. So I can kind of work from anywhere, and I'm blessed for that because a lot of people aren't in that situation. And so I mean, basically everything I do is on my computer, and I'm on my computer almost all day. And when I get a call, I take it, and then everything else but it's pretty relaxed, I guess. I mean, I kind of get up and do my own thing. I have a routine that I try to stick with and go from there.
And during your time at Notre Dame, you were fifth year because of injuries, so you had to take a
Mhm.
year off. During that year, did you do anything within athletics or within, um, I guess, with digital design in the athletic department to help you? You know, you're not playing, so take some time to work on you outside of sports.
Yeah, so I actually started my master's program, my master's degree my fifth year, and then I ended up stopped putting that on hold for a little bit. And then my second semester of my fifth year, I went and I interned with the graphic designer for the athletic department.
Mm.
And that's kind of when I got my feel of doing graphics I did mostly women's basketball because obviously it was near and dear to my heart. And he wanted to do something that would kind of catch my attention. So I did a lot of basketball stuff, men's and women's basketball. And then I got to dabble in like soccer and softball and do things like that. But a lot of my stuff were like, I did like lineup graphics, starting lineup graphics for Instagram for like the story and everything. And if we had like somebody that won an award, I would do things like that. So I did a lot of that my fifth year. And that's kind of where I found my love of doing graphics and especially in athletics.
Is that when you kind of started thinking about life after sports? Or were you always thinking about there's an end to basketball?
So after I had my second shoulder surgery in college, I realized that basketball wasn't forever. And so I started to realize like, hey, I might not want to play after college, so I need to kind of figure out what I'm going to do after. And time passed by faster than I thought it would, and I got
Yeah.
to my actual senior year, and I was like, okay, like, whatever, I have another year to figure this out. And then my fifth year came, and it was flying by, and I was like, crap, I got to figure out what I got to do, what I want to do. And I mean, I really still didn't know, but I knew that I wanted to work in athletics. And so that's kind of where that started. And it kind of made me figure out kind of what I wanted to do. But I mean, I'm 2 years out and I still really don't
Yeah.
have an idea of what I really, really want to do. But I have some goals, I guess, that I want to reach.
What goals do you have for yourself?
So eventually, I'd love to be a director of on campus recruiting, whether that's football or men's or women's basketball. I miss basketball. I miss being in like the smaller sport field, and
Mm.
football's so big. And I do miss being with basketball. So eventually, I would love to go back to basketball. But I'd love to be an on campus recruiting director at any school. Um, but yeah, that's kind of my end goal right now. I don't think that I want to do that for the rest of my life, but it's a
Yeah.
cool job to have. Like, I have short-term goals, obviously, so that's one of my shorter-term goals that I have for now.
Who or what has made your journey successful?
Gosh, there's so many people. First, my family, my parents, my siblings, like they've had my back throughout this whole journey. And then obviously like Corinne, Maria, like they've helped me out so much, Winning Edge, obviously. And then all of my coaches, like they're always there for me. Like they're texting me constantly, hey, like, do you need anything? Do you need our help with anything? When I got the opportunity to go to Minnesota, my coaches called and they like talked to people and they told me who to reach out to on the women's basketball side. And I went over there immediately and just so I could, kind of connect with people who had my back from the start. So all those people have been a real instrumental part of everything that's happened up to this point.
Yeah. I think having a network, having your like own little community helps you build beyond what you think you can. And
Hmm.
but while you were at Minnesota, what were you doing as a student athlete outside of athletics? Like what on-campus resources were you using to help take you to the next level?
Yeah, so I was kind of different from a lot of my teammates. Well, at Notre Dame, we live in our dorms, like the actual dorms, like two to a room. And
For how long?
well, when I was there, we had to live on campus for 3 years. And then I think now the rules change where it's 4, but it sounds awful, I promise, but like it's for me, my experience was not that bad. Like I found a group of girls that were not athletes and I roomed with them for the 3 years that I was on campus. And it honestly was probably one of the best things I did just because it allowed me to separate like work, which was basketball, and
Mm.
then like my social life a little bit, even though I did hang out with my teammates majority of the time. But it just allowed me to kind of separate everything. And so I lived with them for 3 years. I didn't live with a teammate, and that was awesome. So I built my friendships off the court as well, which is a big thing. Especially at Notre Dame, they always talk about that, like build your network while you're here, because
Mm.
the kids that go there, I mean, you don't know where they come from, honestly, and then they tell you your story, and you're like, what? Like, your dad's the CEO of some company, and so I think I did a really good job of that, and then just student athlete, like the welfare and development program and SAC and the leadership program that we had. I was always up there early. My mom was kind of on me a lot about like my resume and stuff like that. So I always went up there and tried to do stuff with my resume and, see what opportunities they have, or even if it was volunteering. And then just talking with my coaches and learning more about them than I knew going into Notre Dame, but just seeing where they could help me because
Yeah.
obviously as coaches they have a lot of hands in different pots, and so they know a lot of people and they can help you more than you really know they can.
And what advice? Because I know for my experience, like at Oregon, the student athlete community is so tight, and so like, we're always hanging out with each other. And
Hmm.
there's not a lot of non-athlete friends that I have because we're just so, I don't know, we're just so close. It's like a tight-knit group. So what
Yeah.
advice do you have for student athletes in terms of building their community outside of their own community?
Yeah, it's obviously intimidating a little bit for a student athlete to kind of branch out and go into like I don't know what they call it there, but we call it like the NARP life.
Same.
And and so like I don't know, for example, the career fairs that they have, like a lot of student athletes steer away from that because it's so formal, and a lot of your peers that aren't student athletes, they talk about how they have internships with their sophomore year and everything, but getting to know them and they actually help more than they, I don't know, hurt you. So
Mhm.
just getting to know them and let them tell you their story. It really helped me. My roommate, my freshman year, was from Tampa, Florida, and she now works at General Mills. And she actually helped me get in touch with people from General Mills. And like, she was like, if you want this job, you can get it. Like, I mean, to this day, we're still friends and everything.
Mhm.
And so, just building a community with them because I mean, they actually they want to be our friends, some of them. So just building a relationship with them, and you don't have to know everybody on campus, obviously, but the more you know, the better. And I don't know, just I think stepping out of your comfort zone is always helpful.
Yeah, I agree. I just just
I
never
know
just
it's
really
hard. It's
it is
really hard.
hard because I'm like 6'3" basically. I'm
Yeah.
like and everyone else is kind of like right
And
here.
everywhere you
It's
go, like everyone's like, oh yeah, she's an athlete. And like,
yeah.
especially for us, like we're tall, we don't really fit into the normal girl height requirement. And so they know, but all my friends that I met in my dorm, they were like so close to me, and I'm so thankful for all that.
Yeah. So that's so crazy that you guys have to live in dorms. That
I know everyone's like,
like
oh, you have to live in a dorm,
yeah.
but it's
Ooh.
really, I mean, the dorm life, it's like, oh, I have to share a room with somebody, but I got to meet people and it was
Yeah.
pretty cool. And I lived in like one of the nicest dorms on campus at the time, so I lucked out.
Okay. Fair. We're gonna open it up for questions here. Oh, girl, how was your experience working with Bryan Leonard at the game-changing retreat?
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. I loved working with Ryan. He was like, at first I started working with Corinne and she was like, I have this guy, his name's Ryan, he works for UGA women's basketball. And I was like, okay, like I didn't know what to expect, but then I met him and then, I mean, from the jump, like he walked through the door and we just connected and he's always there if I need him. If I text him, he answers like right away. And anything I need, whether it's graphically or anything, like, I mean, he always has my back. And it's a connection that I made through Winning Edge, and it'll last forever for sure.
Yeah, he's in here right now. You say what's up.
Hi, Ryan.
But oh, that's so cute. You're the goat.
Oh, thanks, Ryan.
What advice, or if you have anything that leaving your 5 years at Notre Dame that you took away, that something that was super important to you that you could share with current student athletes, what would that advice be?
Oh gosh. I just say based off the 5 years I was there and then my couple of years transitioning out, like your transition out is definitely a process. I mean, I spent my first year out of college, I was a nanny. So like it's something that I never expected to happen, but honestly, it was the best year of my life. It allowed me to like get on my feet, and I learned so much from the three little boys that I watched and their family. And I mean, it's just a process. You miss your friends, you miss your teammates. Like everything's just different. You're not on like a strict schedule, but take what you've learned from your sport and the structure that it brought to you, and just like apply it to your new NARP life.
Yeah.
And then like just don't panic after college. Be patient, because I mean it took me a year to find something, and it was hard, and I like stressed myself out about it, but eventually something came, and Karine worked with me like a lot. She's always texting me like, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? And so yeah, so just be patient and use your resources.
Oh, that's great advice. Like, I got some trouble in the studio. That's why you heard that loud.
Okay.
But thank you so much for your time, and good luck with everything that you have going on. I hope you're staying safe during quarantine, and thank you for being a great guest.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. This was awesome.
Of course. Bye.
Bye.
Sorry, guys. She was saying so many great things, and studio issues. It happens all the time. It even happens at ESPN. But that was another episode. Next, we are going to have Callie Curry, and she comes on in like less than 10 minutes. And if you want to keep following along, you want to keep staying up to date, keep following us, turn on your notifications. Every social media platform, not just Instagram. We'll have Twitter highlights. It'll be on YouTube. You'll see it on LinkedIn. You'll see it on Facebook. So remember to turn those on. And we want to say thank you. Thank you to our partners with Mobot. It's the first foam roll water bottle. If you want to get your own, go to their website and type in promo code What's Next, and you can get 25% off. Also, now that everyone's shopping on Amazon, because what else is there to do? Use smile.amazon and choose the Winning Edge as your charity. And you can donate. We'll see you soon, and stay tuned.